the cyclonic storm Dana, which is currently barreling towards coastal Odisha, set to make landfall on early Friday morning and bring heavy rains and thunderstorms to the state. The cyclone will bring heavy rains to the southern part of Western Bengal and West Bengal and coastal Odisha, threatening to impact nearly half of the population in Odisha after it makes a landfall. Let's take a look at this report.
Cyclonic storm Dana has now intensified into a severe cyclonic storm. The Met Department has informed that the landfall process will begin tonight and will continue till tomorrow morning. And when the landfall process will start, the winds can go up to 120 km per hour speed. And right now we are at East Midnapur's Digha, and you can see how the weather is now changing. You can see this entire area has been engulfed by dark clouds. The rains have started, and also you can see the sea surge. The waves are swelling, and the district administration here has been making announcements since yesterday to ensure no locals or tourists come close to the sea beach. This apart, the district administration had issued an advisory for all hotels to ensure that all tourists leave this coastal area, and the hotels were also asked to not take any further booking till the effect of cyclone subsides. Meanwhile, the district administration of East Midnapur has now started evacuating the locals who reside in low-lying areas and have started shifting them to the cyclone shelters. To assist the disaster management groups and civil defense, 2 teams of NDRF have been now deployed. And we can see this is the sea beach of Digha, and how there are no locals or tourists who are being allowed to come close, because as time proceeds, the winds will get stronger, the rains will get heavier, and the sea will also swell all the more. But now, in fact, we can see how sea conditions have started getting rough. But when the landfall process begins, there is going to be a lot of danger to people who reside in the low-lying areas, especially for people who reside in West Bengal and Odisha coast, because the landfall will take place in Bhitarkarnika and Dhamra, and that's the area which will witness the maximum damage. But at this point in time, Digha continues to remain within the radius of the cyclonic storm, which has now intensified into a severe cyclonic storm Dana, and the administration is ensuring that there is no loss of life and property. Cyclonic storm Dana will hit the coast of West Bengal in a couple of hours, but ahead of that there are precautionary measures that have been undertaken by the administration in East Midnapur district. Joining us now is the SP, Mr. Soumyadip Bhattacharya. Let us know what are the precautionary measures and arrangements that have been undertaken in the district of East Midnapur. Sir, what are the precautionary measures that have been taken by the administration to ensure there's no loss of life when the cyclone hits the coast?
Digha and adjoining areas, they are the tourist spots. So many tourists were there. So already advisory has been given, and most of the beaches are they have been evacuated. All the tourists have been evacuated, and you can see that the evacuation process. This is the that is the announcement, and other things are going on. Hopefully, all the tourists we can evacuate by today evening. And apart from the tourists, also the local people. They are the vendors beside this our beach. They are also being advised to take away their things so that there can be no loss of life and livelihood.
Sir, as far as locals are concerned, are cyclone shelters being readied so that those who live in the low-lying areas can be shifted there to higher reaches so that they are not affected by the cyclone?
Already evacuation process from low-lying areas like Ramnagar 1 block, Khejuri 2 block, Kathi 2 block, Nandigram block is already continuing. We are continuing the evacuation process, and all of them, those who are residing in low-lying areas, they are being evacuated and shifted to cyclone centers.
Pooja is joining us live from Digha now. Pooja, we are hearing what the officials are saying about the evacuation process and other measures being taken to ensure that people are safe. What is the situation on ground?
Well, we are at East Midnapur's Digha, and I'll just show you around. The weather has started to change since this morning. You can see this entire area has been engulfed by thick dark clouds, and the sea is right now swelling. Extremely rough sea conditions at this point in time, and also the rains have begun. But as far as the landfall is concerned, the Met Department has said that the landfall process will begin tonight and will continue through the 25th morning. So till early hours of tomorrow morning, the landfall process will continue, and the landfall will take place between Odisha's Bhitarkarnika and Dhamra. So that's the place which will brace for maximum impact. But all the adjoining areas, especially the coastline of Odisha and West Bengal, especially the place right now we are at, which is East Midnapur district, and this particular place, Digha, it falls under the radius of cyclone, which is also going to brace some impact. But if I can show you around, this is the sea beach in Digha, and you can see there are absolutely no people here. The district administration has ensured that all the tourists go back, and there are no tourists in the hotels. Advisories were also issued for the hotels. This apart, the locals who reside in low-lying areas have been shifted to cyclone shelters. State disaster management groups, civil defense disaster groups, they are all on the ground trying to take all precautionary measures, and they're also being assisted by the NDRF teams who have been deployed here. But at this point in time, the winds are getting stronger, the sea is getting rougher every hour, and we are going to brace for heavy rains and also strong winds, because Met Office has said that during the time of landfall, the wind speed can go up to 120 km per hour. So which means at that wind speed, there could be a lot of these trees which could fall, and also light flows.
Absolutely. Pooja, stay on with us. Let's take a look at the districts that are going to be impacted. And let's begin with West Bengal. Here are the areas that will be impacted after the cyclone makes a landfall. And it includes Purba Midnipur, North 24 Parganas and South 24 Parganas. This data, of course, is sourced by the Indian Meteorological Department. This is according to the IMD. Let's focus on Odisha now. The districts that will be impacted, and there are a number of districts, in fact, that will be impacted after the cyclone makes a landfall. It includes Angul, Nayagarh, Khorda, Puri, Cuttack, Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapada, Jajpur, Bhadrak, Balasore, Keonjhar and Mayurbhanj. So the coastal areas, like Pooja was explaining in her report, the coastal areas of both Odisha and West Bengal are going to be impacted due to Cyclone Dana making a landfall. And the authorities on ground claim that they are prepared to deal with the situation. Pooja, thank you for getting us the details. Quick break with that. Are going to be impacted. And let's begin with West Bengal. Here are the areas that will be impacted after the cyclone makes a landfall. And it includes Purba Midnipur, North 24 Parganas and South 24 Parganas. This data, of course, is sourced by the Indian Meteorological Department. This is according to the IMD. Let's focus on Odisha now. The districts that will be impacted, and there are a number of districts, in fact, that will be impacted after the cyclone makes a landfall. It includes Angul, Nayagarh, Khorda, Puri, Cuttack, Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapada, Jajpur, Bhadrak, Balasore, Keonjhar and Mayurbhanj. So the coastal areas, like Pooja was explaining in her report, the coastal areas of both Odisha and West Bengal are going to be impacted due to Cyclone Dana making a landfall. And the authorities on ground claim that they are prepared to deal with the situation. Pooja, thank you for getting us the details. Quick break with that.